Welcome to my channel. My name is Lianna. I'm a sex and relationship coach and sexual energy activator. Thank you for coming. How do you see yourself, as an exhibitionist or as a voyeur? Have you been able to explore either of these roles to see which one excites you more? Or maybe you think, well, a voyeur, okay, what's a voyeur? What's a voyeur? A voyeur is somebody who likes to watch, right? You like to watch other people doing things, other sexual things maybe as well. Maybe you walk down the streets and you look in windows and see if you can see anything of interest. I love that. I love being a voyeur. I've experimented deeply with voyeurism, and it can be very exciting to watch people and not have to feel compelled to participate. So that's your voyeur kind of stance. The other is the exhibitionist. And the exhibitionist likes to perform. The exhibition knows that they're being watched, and they perform for their audience. So most people on YouTube are sort of like exhibitionists. Some get into deeper levels of the kinds of ways they go into detail about showing their lives. But this voyeurism, exhibitionism, are two very distinct kind of kinks. And it's fun as a sexual exploration to find out which one you are more into. You can do this with your partner. You can play this voyeur exhibitionist game. And if you can do this, just do it on your own, but you could also dive into my upcoming program called Deeper Us. It's going to be released very soon. And part of this program, at some point within the exploration that I offer, there's going to be that exploration of the voyeur and the exhibitionist. Now, the exhibitionist tends to be more accepted in circles because the exhibitionist is the one that's putting on the show, right? So they're open, they're showing themselves, they're doing whatever they want, they're really like confident in who they are. The voyeur, on the other hand, it's kind of taboo, more taboo to be the voyeur, because if somebody is watching you, we feel like they're invading our space, or that they shouldn't be there, and that I don't want somebody, people looking at me, or having any connection to me, diving into what I'm doing. But the voyeur is actually a very exciting role to play, and if you let go a little bit and say, well, I'm being watched, somebody's interested in looking at me, they're interested in seeing what I do and how I do it, and it can be kind of fun. It can be kind of a game where, okay, when you know you're being watched, because you can't be the exhibitionist unless you know that you are being watched. You need the voyeur to be the exhibition. You need exhibitionist, you need the exhibitionist to be the voyeur. I'd like you to write below, what are you? Are you a voyeur or are you an exhibitionist? And why do you like it? What do you feel? What do you feel when you get into that role? Maybe also, what have you done? It'd be fun to share some stories. For me, let me share a couple of anecdotes. I like to be a voyeur around sexual kinds of scenes. I've been to a number of sex clubs, sex parties, and there have been many times where I have just been the person to sit on the cozy couch nearby and watch. It's completely and perfectly acceptable in those kinds of scenarios, because you need people to watch. If you're exhibitionists need people to watch them. That's what stirs them on. That's what gets them excited. As a voyeur, you may say things as well, and that gets them even more turned on. As an exhibitionist, I've also done that before. One time at a party, it was a get-together, actually the Whistler Lifestyle Takeover, which I have a link below if you're interested in knowing more about that. This is in Whistler, Canada. It's a place where couples go to explore their sexuality. So in this particular event, they have some playrooms up on one of the floors, and one of the rooms is the voyeur room and one is the exhibitionist room. And at one point I ended up in the exhibitionist room with two other men, and we had a lovely experience in that room. And when we came out, a whole group of people were coming out of the voyeur room who had been watching us. So they had about a television set up. So there weren't actual people in the room, but there was a television set up watching us. So that was I knew that we were in the exhibitionist room, but I had no idea who was watching us. And I was quite surprised to see at least 20 people or so coming out of the other room. But I do like to be both, and I'm definitely more inclined to the voyeur because I love to be in places just to watch what's going on, observing people. I love to observe people. Of course, I'm on YouTube, so I'm a bit of an exhibitionist right here. So let me know in the comments below if you have explored these roles and which one you would prefer to do. And again, you have to come in, check out my Deeper Us program. It's going to be for couples, whatever configuration of couple that is, where you are going to go into deeper, intimate exploration. Doing exercises each week for 8-week period. They're really exciting exercises. They're different. They connect you onto different realms, a different dimension of the energy that you're playing in, and they build upon each other. And one of the exercises within the 8 is the exploration of voyeurism and exhibitionism. So I'm really excited about that because I think it's something that we don't always have the opportunity to explore. We come together as a couple and we're always sort of together, and we don't take the time to create sort of a separation from each other where one is just watching the other, but the other knows that they're being watched. And that can be really exciting to know that. As the exhibitionist, you just kind of forget about the voyeur and you do whatever you would do in your own sensuality, and your partner is watching you, right? It's not something we do very often. And then to be the voyeur as well, just to watch your partner without, saying anything. Maybe you offer compliments, but you're just the observer, like you're peeping through a peephole at your partner, watching them, be sensual in whatever way that they are in who they are, right? Really just without you judging or controlling or offering any comments on what you would like them to do. So that's part of the 8-week course, and I will have that available in a few weeks. So sign up on my newsletter for that. I'd love to have you part of that. And if you haven't had the opportunity to explore and find out what you like more, whether you like to be a voyeur or you like to be an exhibitionist, then I encourage you to put that into your explorational repertoire and examine it. Just say, okay, today I'm going to be a bit of a voyeur, and how does that make me feel? What do I want to look at? What do I want to look for? What am I interested in observing? The voyeur is really the observer, really going into observing what people are doing, observing how they're doing it. And maybe you want to examine being the exhibitionist. Maybe you already have, but you're not going to sex parties and things, but maybe even just doing something kind of strange on the street, something different that would draw attention, but not really caring what anybody thinks. See how that makes you feel. See how the reaction is around you. Just go into that role of exhibition. Maybe you dress up in ways. You see people sometimes on the street that are fabulous exhibitionists in really unusual, unique clothes, and I love to see people like that. It's just so exciting to watch people that are so confident within themselves and are the true extroverted exhibitionists. So you can play that role too and see how it makes you feel. It's just stretching you a little bit more. And again, get into my Deeper Us program as soon as it's being released. I know I'm going to keep talking about it because I'm really excited about this program that I'm offering. It's going to be really exciting for couples that are not just couples starting out exploring sexually, but couples that have started and are maybe already into a sexually exploring, would like to go into some deeper levels of intimacy with each other. Okay? So, great to see you this week. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you again very soon. Much lovemaking.